Welcome to part 2 of my series regarding music theory. In today's video, we'll be discussing major and minor scales along with key signatures and scale degrees. First off, what is a scale? A scale is a series of 7 notes starting and ending on the same note. But wouldn't there only be 7 scales? Nope. There are more than just 7 scales, since many include sharps and flats, those half steps we discussed in the first episode. With that, I can confidently tell you that a scale is a series of whole and half steps which start and end on the same note, either an octave up or down. A good example of a major scale is either the C major scale or the D major scale. So, we know major scales, but what is a minor scale? Well, they both follow the same rule set of being comprised of 7 notes, but a minor chord sounds like it's sad. How does something sound sad? Well, listen. This major scale sounds upbeat and happy almost. Compared to this minor scale, which sounds sad. You see the difference? There are 3 types of minor scales, those being natural, melodic, and harmonic. Melodic lowering the 3rd note by a half step, harmonic lowering the 3rd and 6th note by a half step, and natural lowering the 3rd, 6th, and 7th note by a half step. Each one has a different sound to it, but they all still have that overall sad feeling to them. But why are scales important? Why should I even be telling you about this? Well, they're important because they're what build the musical alphabet in order to create melodies, harmonies, and chords. Now you know both major and minor scales, but where are they applied? Key signatures. But what do? Well, they dictate what notes are always going to be either sharp or flat unless marked with an accidental. There are around 15 major key signatures, with 7 of them using flats and 7 of them using sharps, with the 15th one being all naturals, or C major. It is important when composing music that you remember the order in which the sharps or flats are placed. The flats going in the order B, E, A, D, G, C, F, and the sharps going in the order F, C, G, D, A, E, B. These can be remembered with the reversible phrase, Father Charles goes down and ends battle, for the order of sharps, and for the order of flats, you can use battle ends and down goes Charles' father. A very helpful tool to remember the order of keys in relation to the order of sharps and flats is the circle of fifths. As you ascend in fifths, or clockwise, key signatures get 1 degree sharper, and as you descend in fifths, counterclockwise, key signatures get 1 degree flatter. Some examples of sharp major keys are G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, and C sharp. Some examples of flat major keys are F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. Now you know major keys, but what about minor keys? Well, minor key signatures are mostly the same, except they match the natural minor scale, which has the 3rd, 6th, and 7th note lowered by a half step relative to the parallel major key. What makes a minor and major key parallel? That would be that they share the tonic being the note that the scale starts on. To easily find a minor key signature parallel to its major key, you can simply add 3 flats or subtract 3 sharps. There are also relative minors, which share the same key signature as a major key, which is always 3 half steps above the relative minor. Scale degrees, while often referred to by numbers, also have names. The first note being the tonic, the second being the supertonic, the third being the mediant, the fourth being the subdominant, the fifth being the dominant, the sixth being the submediant, and the 7th being the leading tone. Scale degrees can also include prefixes such as sub, which indicate that it is a half step lower rather than a half step higher. Make sure to come back for my next video where we'll discuss rhythm. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.